We've shown you what 3D printers we think you should buy, but we never really answered the why. Thanks, by the way, for pointing all that out. Let's see if we can do it. Thanks for joining us. My name is Grant. This is 3D Musketeers, and I'm joined by the ever effervescent Victoria. Hello. A little scritch for you, my dear. We are here to answer the question, why? We heard you all from the last few videos about, we answered the what, but we didn't answer the why. We know a lot of you joined our channel through all the Cricut debacle. And because of that, you may not know, well, really, why the heck should I own a 3D printer? And you're right. Oops, totally did a bad job on that. Anyways, we're here to answer the why of 3D printing. And that one is a little nebulous. We know a lot of you don't have a ton of room. Some of you do, but a lot of you don't. And you're wondering, why should I use that very, very, very finite amount of space for a 3D printer? And ultimately, we can't tell you. That's kind of the tough thing here. You have to decide this is what I want. So I want to show off some makers and some parts that maybe you could make to help take that space that you have and make it better. On top of allowing you to do really cool things for your hobby and business, it can help you around the house, in your crafting, and even better, involve other members of your family if you have any, right? If you have a significant other or kids, they're probably going to love 3D printing, especially young kids. They love the ability to take their ideas and make them real. And if you've got kids and you've thought, well, you know, maybe I could have a 3D printer, here's the deal. Hear me out. You can expand past your craft room if other people in the household want to use it too. Then it's a business expense and it's something that everybody can get awesome from. And that's like my biggest reason is everybody else can use it. A great example, this is a part from my father. This is a part to his outdoor lights that is broken. We live in Florida, and that means we have rain, we have tons of sunlight, and sometimes if you're close enough to the coast, you have salt. That's a problem for outdoor lighting that uses metal. So we have already designed and 3D printed this, but he's had that for less than 6 months and it got that bad. The plastic is going to last longer and, well, it's going to look better. It's going to be stronger. So big ups there. But those are things that they don't exist. You can't buy that part. You have to buy a whole new darn light. And if you're trying to reduce waste out there, I know, making more plastic, that sounds like he's just trying to tell us to make more waste. I'm not. You wouldn't have to throw away the light. All you got to do is recycle that piece of metal. And by the way, you can get completely recyclable plastic, including materials like this. This is Polyterra. That is biodegradable up to 80% in 2 years in a compost heap, which is freaking amazing. But you can do organization things, right? I looked on a prusaprinters.org. I said, let's take a look at things for Cricut. There's squeegee tools, tool holders, more tool holders. Lots of organizational stuff, and that's really about it. Cricut, I think, is a little too specific. But if we look at organization, we've got lots of different organizers. I know some make sense, some don't. Bear with me. But this can help you really take what you're dealing with and make it better. Like, come on. Who doesn't have a problem with cables right now? All right, I'm not going to show you my desk. One, because it's a disaster, but two, oh man, the cables. But with this, I can make it better. You can make shoe racks. You can make spray can racks. So if you're using spray paint for stuff, instead of storing it on a shelf, you can do it on the side of that cabinet, screw it all in, and make yourself more space. How about HDX organizers for small parts with divider trays? Oh my gosh, you don't like... I've got literally bags of hardware. This is from the live stream, by the way. Recording this right after the live stream. That's why the shirt looks the same. It's because it is. But you have to say, all right, I want to do this. And I think ultimately it's not a why, it's a want. And either you want to do it or you don't. The why, I promise. If you get a 3D printer, you'll figure out the why. And if you are lucky enough to have a maker space close to you, or a hacker space. Find that group of geeks that you might be able to hang out with and make cool stuff. But otherwise, you will be kind of stuck doing a lot of it yourself. And the cool thing is, and let's take off the glasses for this, the cool thing here is you don't have to just go to these repositories like Prusa printers, there's Thingiverse, there's My Mini Factory, there's lots of other places that you can go to. You can learn a 3D model. And if you want to 3D model, we're going to have a whole live stream series about this. We did the first one, again, card up here, where I did my best to design accessories for my cane. And I did an okay job, but otherwise it is a bit of a challenge. And I'm hoping that we can make Fusion 360 not as scary, because ultimately the printers are not the scary part. They're actually pretty easy to use. The software has gotten so good. We're going to have a video coming up on pricing your product, all about specifically in the 3D printing industry, but talking about, you know, just pricing in general and what your time is worth and why you shouldn't be competing to be the cheapest person on Etsy. We're going to give out some of how we price our product. I'm not going to give you the exact formula, but hey, video on that coming soon. If you want to see stuff like that, hit the like button, and for every like, we'll pet this cat. And come on, it means you got to pet this cat, right? We want to help you make awesome, but you also have to be willing to say, I can do this, because you know what? You can. And we're going to help you get there here at 3D Musketeers, but we need your help to do that. In the comments below, if you had access to a 3D printer, what would you make? I want you to go to Prusa printers. I want you to go to Thingiverse. I want you to find files. Put them in the comments. Let us know. Or give us an idea, because I'm going to do these on live streams. We're going to design stuff if it's not already a printable file. If it is a printable file, we're going to print it on the time-lapse printer behind me. We're going to time-lapse it, by the way. You're seeing a future time-lapse. That's kind of cool. You get to see some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. We're going to time-lapse it, and then we're going to send it to you, because we want you to see the power of 3D printing. But there are lots of options here, even from like ceiling tracks, a holder for a LAC end table for USB cables. Just lots of really great organizers. Wait a minute. Is this all printed? Oh, dude, that's so cool. Well, that's cool. See, these are things that I haven't even seen. And I have a huge issue with like storing small bits of hardware, and it's something that I really want to do. But I do want to point out some really cool makers as well. We have Geeky Faye Art. We're going to go to her main website right now. And Faye is freaking awesome. I guess, full disclosure, we do support Faye and her videos. We believe that what she does is absolutely cool, and we want to be able to support awesome makers when we can. By the way, look at this freaking website. It's gorgeous. Faye, you should help me design a website. But she's got some really dope projects. She's got a digital shop where we can take a look at her entire Ultimate Picture Frame, which, by the way, coming soon, we're going to be doing a whole Ultimate Picture Frame build from Geeky Faye so that I can frame some things in my life that are important. Faye has a lot of awesome stuff, and she even gives a lot of it away for free. She's got her photography lighting mirror holders. I love these modular vertical honeycomb Copic marker holders. Oh my gosh, absolutely love it. And if you didn't know, Faye is LGBTQ friendly. Gotta love it. And just amazing stuff. One of her weird twisty bases that she designed, and it kind of went viral in the printing community, which I love. I love when small makers get to do things and it becomes awesome. And she's getting there. We're so excited to see Faye grow, because one, we need more lady makers. Number one, we absolutely need more lady makers. But two, we need more makers in general. But we also have Billy Rubin. Come on! Cross-stitched embroidery keycaps. One, amazing. Two, totally a great way to bring those two things together. We even have Wilson. This was the sheep that she built using Sculpt GL. We're going to do a live stream about that coming soon. But Billy's got a lot of really awesome stuff that she's made. I love these cross-stitch keycaps. And it's designed to be resin 3D printed. We did a whole video on that. The video for that is right here with a card up top. but you can do this too. And if you want to do embroidery keycaps, let us know. We'll make some and we'll send them to you. You got to have a keyboard that you can replace the keycaps on, so a mechanical keyboard most likely. That's why when I type, you can hear it, because it's a mechanical keyboard. But Billy Rubin's got a lot of awesome stuff as well, and she even has her own filament through Greengate 3D. Greengate is awesome. I know them personally. They make some beautiful filament that we are utilizing more and more in our shop every single day. But there are a lot of cool things that you can use, and you can go to places like Prusa Printers, download, and make. You don't have to be able to design. Look, they have a design contest right now for gardening tools. Oh man, don't show the better 3/4, Grant. Don't do it. Don't do it. She's gonna take up all your printers for the next few weeks. But like, how cool is that? If you have a garden, like we have a greenhouse. We have an actual greenhouse that the better 3/4 keeps all of her succulents and plants in. That's kind of her thing. But there's so many things that you can make that can make your life a little bit better every single step of the way. Can we answer why you specifically should get a 3D printer? No, we actually can't. And we think that's where it might be useful to start, is to start finding prints that you like, put them in the comments again. We're going to print them. We're going to send them to you. And yes, it's going to cost me money to do all this, but we want to help get those parts in the hands of the people that need them. If it is a really big part, we might ask you to chip in for shipping, or specifically if you're overseas, we will ask you to chip in for shipping. But, you know, otherwise, look, we want to help get parts into the hands of makers and crafters out there so that you can see the benefits for yourself. It is difficult because for me, my reason for 3D printing was always to take the ideas that I have in my head and make them real. That's actually why we started 3D Musketeers, was because I like doing it so much. I found that we could turn it into a business doing it for other people. I got on the board of our local Inventors Council so that we could physically help people all the time. That's always what this business has been about, is just helping people get those ideas. It's not about the parts. It's never about what we're making. It's who we're making it for and why. That's why we do it. I will never forget Hurricane Irma when it came through. It almost really did some hardcore damage here in Florida. And it did do some hardcore damage, but it almost was a direct hit, which was rough. And where my mom lives, they all have like hardcore hurricane shutters. Well, they use wing nuts, and those wing nuts take a long time. It took us 8 hours to put up the shutters on my mom's house. She has a 1-story house. It's not ostensibly huge. I said, no, that's not right. I came all the way back to our shop. I found a file. This is a wing nut driver. This allows us to use a standard size drill, and you put the wing nut in here and you can tighten them down. We gave out 4 of these to every house in my mom's neighborhood so that people with drills would be able to install their hurricane shutters with ease. I'll be damned, that right there paid for all the machines that we've ever had and ever will have, because it was a peace of mind thing for me to say, we've got the tools. I left my mom a bag of like 3 dozen of them. We printed them like this so that they would break before they would hurt the shutters, and you could also set the chuck on your drill. This helped my parents, and especially my mom, better see the power of 3D printing. I've made her stuff before, like big vases and that kind of thing, but I don't think I've ever made my mom anything functional. This was a like hardcore thing of functionality, of making a real functional part. When COVID hit, we found another big why. Why? It's to help people. I talked about it here in our COVID video, link in the card as well, all about how we shut down to produce face shields to help out the community. This is Prusa's variant. We did not opt to use Prusa's because it just took too long. We decided to utilize one that was also approved by the World Health Organization. That was way faster. We could do 2 of them in an hour. I think these were like 2 to 3 hours each, although this is a newer variant that we haven't used yet. But this was my why, man. This is my why. Your why, I can't easily answer that for you. You're gonna have to find the why yourself. And we want to help you find that by doing this, by giving you all free 3D prints, showing them off in content, and then sending them to you. You'll be able to choose your color, you'll be able to choose your material. That way you can kind of learn, right? And if you do want parts, and if you are disabled and use a cane, you want the handle, you want the skin parts that we did on a live stream, we're going to make them and give them away to people. We're going to give away the files. They'll be on Prusa printers here in the next week or so. I have to get it all done before we release it. But this is what we want, man. This is really what we're going for. And I'm hoping that by giving everybody on our channel access to 3D printing, access to the technology for incredibly affordable and or cheap, that maybe, just maybe, we can win. I hope you've enjoyed this one. This is a longer video than I intended it to be. However, I think it is important. So thank you all very much for watching. Again, let us know in the comments, you know, what parts do you think you would make? Whether it's something you can design, something you can't, or something that you found online. In the description, we're going to have a link to all the repositories that we use often. We hope that you've enjoyed this video. Victoria and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to call your loved ones. And as always, keep making awesome. Oh, and I'm getting bit. It's okay. They're love nibbles, right? Yes. Have a good one. In the arms. Oh, demonetized. There it is. No. Yeah, I was talking about you.